Hi guys, I'm so happy to see you today. I have Libby here with us today because we were both outside and it is so wet outside.
Hot.
It was so hot outside. That means that summer's coming. Summer is a really fun season. We are in spring, and after spring, then there comes summer. That's right. And after summer, there is fall, and then winter, and those are our 4 seasons. Summer is the last one that we have to learn about. All right, so let's see. When it's the summertime and it's really, really, really hot out there, there's one place that we really like to go, and that is the
Beach.
That's right. Who likes to go to the beach? Yay, the beach is so fun. All right. When you go to the beach, there is a lot of
Sand.
Good job. And there's also lots of
Shells.
to look for at the beach. When you go to the beach, you got to take some stuff. You cannot forget to pack your
Sunscreen.
That's right. And you also need to make sure to bring your
Flip-flops.
You guys have flip-flops, right? The sand gets kind of hot. You got to wear those flip-flops. Don't forget your
Beach towel.
Good job. And you might want to bring a big
Hat.
And you need to wear your
Sunglasses.
because that sun is so bright. And you might want to bring
A beach ball.
a beach ball to play with. You also need to make sure that you have a
Bucket.
so you can build a
Sandcastle.
and after you're done building that sandcastle, you can
Splash in the water.
That's right. You could even maybe go
Surfing.
Have any of y'all ever been surfing? That's really cool. We also need to make sure we have snacks for the beach. This is a snack we always take to the beach.
Watermelon.
What's your favorite fruit, Libby?
Watermelon.
And sometimes if we're lucky, we'll look for the
Ice cream truck.
ice cream truck is at the beach. That's a real special treat. And we can also look for
Boats.
boats out on the water. You might also see a
Dolphin.
jumping in the waves. That's always a really cool thing to see at the beach. You might see some
Fish.
little fish swimming around your toes in the waves. That's cool. They tickle your toes. You can also see a
Crab.
crab running across that hot, hot sand. Can you guys do pinching crab hands? You do pinching crab hands? Pinch, pinch, pinch. Good job, guys. You might also see a
Starfish.
starfish. Those are really special to see. And if you're really, really lucky, this is my favorite thing to see at the beach. A
Sea turtle.
sea turtle. I love sea turtles. And it's always a very special surprise and a special treat when we see sea turtles swimming in the ocean. Because for a long time, there weren't very many sea turtles around. But since people are being very safe and they're not polluting and they're not throwing their trash in the water, the sea turtles are getting healthier and they're living longer. And they're making nests and more babies are born. Libby's been writing a report on sea turtles for her classroom, so she's going to teach us about the sea turtle life cycle. Turtles and sea turtles have a life cycle just like all the other animals and plants we have been learning about. You ready, Libby?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The life cycle starts with the mom sea turtle, and she builds a nest
On the sand.
on the sand. And then in the nest, there's little sea turtle eggs. And then the sea turtle eggs will hatch.
Look at the little baby turtle. Hold it a little bit closer. Little baby sea turtles are so small.
Tiny. And then the sea turtles will try to find their way into the sea. Oh, wrong way. And then the sea turtles, the baby sea turtles, will swim into the sea. And then the young sea turtles will eat and grow. And then the adult sea turtle lives in the sea.
Sea turtles live in the ocean. They only come on the sand to do what?
The mom sea turtle will go back to the beach. And then the mom sea turtle will dig a nest.
That's right. Sea turtles live in the ocean all the time, except when it's time to make a nest in the sand. So the sea turtle comes out of the sand and it digs a big, big hole with their flippers and it lays their eggs. And then the mom sea turtle goes back in the ocean and the eggs grow and the baby sea turtles hatch. And then they have to run to the ocean as fast as they can because guess what? Seagulls and maybe some coyotes or other animals on the beach, they want to eat up those baby sea turtles. So they have to go so fast to the ocean. And then they swim and grow and eat. And in about 30 years, that's a really long time. In about 30 years, the mommy sea turtle comes back to the same beach where she was born and digs another nest and lays some more eggs. It's a really cool life cycle. I think it's so cool that the turtle can remember all those years later where they used to live and come back and make another nest. That's really neat. That's a good memory those sea turtles have. It's a pretty cool thing. All right, I've got a book about the beach to read to you guys. Can you guys see this? This book is called A Day at the Beach. Now, I really like this book because my grandma had this book at her house when I was a little girl. This is a very old book, but the pictures are cool and it's still fun to go to the beach even 30, 40 years later. Let's read about it. A Day at the Beach. You guys see that picture? It's fun to go to the beach on a summer morning. We carry a picnic basket and a cooler. We take folding chairs and towels to lie on, and an umbrella to shade us from too much sun. We'll spend the whole day at the beach. The first thing we do is dash into the ocean. We swim and splash and pretend to be whales spouting water. The lifeguard watches for big waves and for swimmers who have gone too far out to sea. You guys see the lifeguard? He has a big chair, and he or she can sit up there and try to keep an eye. Not all beaches have lifeguards, though, so you always have to make sure your mom or dad or a grown-up is with you at the beach, and be very careful. When we are tired of swimming, we play in the sand. We dig a tunnel until our fingers meet. We bury each other under mountains of sand with only a head and a toe sticking out. You guys see that? It's fun to build a castle in the wet sand. We use our pails to make towers, and we scoop out sand to make a moat. When the water comes close, it fills the moat and surrounds our castle. Look at that beautiful sand castle. They use shells to decorate it and some seagrass. Suddenly, a big wave comes and washes everything away. The castle, the mountain, the tunnel, even our pail. But another wave brings the pail right back. Waves bring all sorts of things to the beach. Sea glass and bottles, shells and smooth stones, and beautiful pieces of driftwood. Twice a day the tide flows in and the water covers most of the sand. When the tide goes out, the beach is wide again. Now it's lunchtime. The best time of all. Our sandwiches taste better than they do at home, even if they have a little sand in them. The hot sun makes us thirsty, so we drink cold lemonade from paper cups. We can't go into the water right after eating, but we can take our pails and go for a walk. Over by the sand dunes, away from the water, people toss frisbees back and forth. Others are flying kites on long strings. There are no trees to get in the way. Farther down the beach where it is quiet, a few people are fishing. We love to walk along the beach and pick up polished stones and pieces of driftwood. The flat stones are best for skipping on the water. We also look for pretty shells to take home. You guys see all those shells right there? I love looking for shells on the water, on the beach.
Yes.
This man is digging up clams for his supper. Clams bury themselves deep in the sand, but they leave little holes behind them. Sometimes the clams squirt water and sprinkle your legs. We find some rocks covered with seaweed. They look like funny, shaggy animals sitting in the water. The tide has gone out, leaving all kinds of plants and animals along the shore. These need seawater to stay alive, but they can spend some time on the beach. That's like the starfish and sand dollars and sea urchins. Those are the animals we see on the beach sometimes. They go back in the water, but they can stay on the sand for a few minutes. A starfish is a sea animal that looks like a star, but it isn't really a fish. Seaweeds are plants that live in the sea. This one is a sea lettuce. Rockweed grows on rocks underwater. But when the waves wash it ashore, we like to pop the little balloons. You see those little balloons that grow on the long, brown, rubbery stems. A fiddler crab, you guys see that crab? A fiddler crab moves its claw back and forth like it's a man who's playing the fiddle. But watch out, that claw can pinch you. Barnacles attach themselves to rocks. Their hard white shells look like little tents, but inside each shell is a soft animal that eats tiny, invisible plants of the sea. This strange-looking creature is a harmless horseshoe crab. It is related to the spider family and has 8 legs for walking. It isn't a true crab at all. Horseshoe crabs lived on the earth even before the time of dinosaurs. That's really cool. I don't think we have horseshoe crabs on Texas beaches, but I'm not sure. I've never seen one. Have any of you? The waves have piled seaweed on the beach. We use it for long hair and curly beards. When the tide went out, it left the shallow tide pool behind. Wiggly little fish are trapped there until the tide comes back. It's really cool to look for tide pools because there's all kinds of things in there. We can see many things in the shallow pool. A school of minnows is swimming here. They change directions in a flash, turning all at once. Barnacles wave feathery brushes that pick up food from the water. A crab hides under the stone. You guys see the crab? Snails crawl on the bottom of the tide pool, leaving squiggly trails behind them. One snail seems to have claws, but it is not a snail. It's a tiny hermit crab. Look at this. To protect itself from its enemies, a snail curls up inside its shell and shuts the opening with a trap door. You guys see that? A hermit crab has a soft body. It lives inside empty shells to keep other animals from eating it. As the hermit crab grows bigger, it moves into a bigger shell. They just keep moving and moving. We have walked so far down the beach that we are the only people around. It's getting late and the seabirds have become very bold. Sandpipers run along the water's edge. These are little sandpipers down here. Seagulls glide on air currents in the sky, barely moving their wings. You guys see the seagulls up there? Terns fly along with their heads down, looking for food. These are the terns. They have black heads usually. And a skimmer flies close to the water with its beak open, scooping up fish. As we start to walk back, we watch a seagull pick up a clam and drop it on a rock. The shell breaks open and the gull eats the soft animal inside. That's pretty smart, isn't it? Here's some more seabirds. You see those guys? It's the end of the day and the sun is setting. Our Father has come to look for us. He waves. It's time to go home. Our parents have gathered the picnic basket, the cooler, the chairs, the towels and books, and the umbrella. We pack up all the treasures we found and say goodbye to the beach until next time. The beach is empty now. Only one fisherman remains, hoping for a last catch. The end. That's so many fun things to do at the beach. That makes me want to go to the beach right now. How about you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, next time we talk, guys, I can't wait to hear about all the things that you like to do at the beach. I'll talk to you real soon. I miss you and I love you. Bye, guys.
Bye.